Today we are checking out two blue Tudors. We've got the new blue Black Bay 58, and we've got the blue Pelagos. Two very different watches, but they're kind of cousins. You can kind of trace their family tree back to them having the same grandfather. Welcome back to Bark and Jack. I'm Adrian, and I can't wear a watch on the right wrist. It feels weird. It's not natural. But these watches, they are very different watches. The blue Black Bay 58 and the blue Pelagos, although they share a lot of technical similarities, both being blue divers from Tudor, they are very different packages. One, the Pelagos, is a complete out and out sports watch. Everything about this watch is designed to do something. Whereas the Black Bay 58 is designed to look nice. I'm not bashing it. I own a Black Bay 58. This is my I've got a Black Bay 58 on a Bark and Jack mocha strap. Get one of these over at barkandjack.com. Now these two watches I think are quite an interesting offering, or quite an interesting comparison, because they do stem back to the original Tudor Snowflake. But it's quite fair to say that that DNA, although is quite obviously present in these two watches, it has been interpreted very, very differently. Let's start off with the new Tudor Black Bay 58 Blue. This is a 39mm case. The whole thing is stainless steel, and it is 11.9mm deep. We have a 20mm lug width, which makes it very easy for you to find straps to go with it. And we have 200 meters of water resistance. The movement inside it is automatic, and it's an in-house caliber MT5402. This is a COSC certified movement, and it has 70 hours of power reserve. This watch retails for $2,760. Now, although there's obvious similarities between the two of these, the materials that have been used are really very, very different. The Pelagos is made of titanium and the bezel is ceramic. The case is 42mm wide and it is 14.3mm deep. The lugs are 20mm wide, so it makes it a little bit harder for you to find straps for them, but it's still, over at barkandjack.shop, we still have straps for this watch. And the bezel insert is ceramic as opposed to aluminium on the Black Bay 58 Blue. The movement inside the Pelagos is also automatic, it's also in-house, and it's also COSC certified. This is MT5612, and it also has 70 hours of power reserve. This retails for £3,440. Both watches are just absolutely insane value. Now, for me, the big differences between the two are, one has been completely designed to be a sports watch. There are things on here which I think aren't good looking, but they serve a real purpose. For example, we have the clasp on the back. It has an incredible extension system. Hugely functional, but I think that clasp looks a bit odd. The Black Bay 58, however, has a very good looking clasp. It's a nicely solid clasp. However, it has no functionality so far as bracelet extension on it. Another point that kind of pushes this idea of the Black Bay 58 being designed to look good is the faux rivets on the bracelet. I can't stand the faux rivets, and for me, I feel like that really hits home the fact that this is something to look good as opposed to this is something to be good, if that makes sense. Now let's talk about the looks of these watches, because ultimately no one's going to go diving with a Pelagos and no one's going to go diving with a Black Bay 58. Both of these watches are completely capable of going diving and being used as what they're intended to be used as. It's just that there's better devices out there for that purpose. So let's just cut to the chase and talk about them as accessories for us. Jewellery, fashion accessories. The Black Bay 58 has a lot classier look about it. It is designed to be a classier design and kind of embrace that vintage inspired diver look. The bezel is daintier, the whole case is daintier, and if you look at the crown, there are no crown guards. Again, pushing the watch to be a more daintier, less capable watch than its bigger cousin. I can't say bigger brother because I think they're too far removed for that. The blue on the Black Bay 58 is like a denim blue. It's a faded blue. It's quite a subdued blue, and I therefore in my previous video around the Black Bay 58 Blue, I feel like it's a very versatile blue. The blue on the Pelagos, however, it is slightly different. It's more punchy. It's a more saturated blue. The bezel has a nice matte flat finish to it because it's ceramic, but then you have the dial. The dial has a bizarre kind of hue of purple I'm not good with my colours, maybe it's magenta, I haven't got a clue, but it's just slightly reddier than the blue of the bezel, and so there's a slight mismatch there. There is something beast-like about the Pelagos. It's been designed to do business, it's been designed to do something, and there's something cool about that. I really like, for example, how punchy, how bold those hour markers are. Again, how bold the hands are. We have white lume on white hands. It's pretty striking. I love the dull, dark look of titanium. Annoyingly, I don't actually like the feel of titanium. I like my watches to have weight behind them. This watch actually does have quite a bit of weight to it. It's just obviously not as much as it would had it been made of steel. But looks-wise, I think it looks really very, very cool in titanium. Versatility between the two watches. I think the BlackBay 58 is far, far more versatile than the Pelagos. The Pelagos is a chunk of a watch. You would struggle to wear this with a suit. The 58 you could wear with absolutely anything. That being said, not all watches, and this is something that I've kind of had to come to the idea, not had to come to the idea, something that I've figured out for myself. Whenever I buy watches, I often buy watches and I also often spout about how versatile they are. One of the reasons I bought a black sub is because it's very versatile. One of the reasons I bought a BlackBay 58 is because it's versatile. One of the reasons I like my Explorer is because it's versatile. Not all watches have to be versatile. Some watches can specialize in something. And that's where the Pelagos really just shines. It specializes in being that epic weekend watch. It specializes in being, if you can afford it to be a beta watch, this would be an incredible beta watch. Just putting this on your wrist, going down to the beach, or just doing DIY. I mean, you could use it for DIY. It's beefy enough for that. But this watch can do stuff. It can handle stuff. And I think that's quite fun. I drive a 4x4 and there's something fun about having a car that can do stuff. It doesn't just have to sit on the road. I can take it off-road and play. And that's what this feels like. This feels like that beefy off-roader. There's something really appealing about that. I didn't mean for this to be a side-by-side comparison, but I guess if you're in the market for a blue steel sports watch, then, I mean, this is titanium, so that idea doesn't really work. But you get my idea. If you're thinking about one of these watches, one of them is a lot easier to get hands-on with than the other. This is slightly more expensive. The Pelagos is slightly more expensive than the BlackBay 58, but rightly so. I actually think the price difference, it's like 500 quid different? No, more like 700 quid different. But I think it's completely worth that. There's so much more metal going on here, so much more functionality. You've got the healing escape valve. Pointless, but it's still there. You have this amazing bracelet extension system, the 3-point bracelet extension system, and then the fact that this is titanium, I think, is just awesome. And there's a lot of titanium in there as well. I like both of these watches. They both serve a purpose, and I think they're both fun. Just one, I think, is more fun than the other, but then the other is more sensible. Pelagos is fun. BlackBay 58 is versatile and sensible. I think that's how it works. Anyway, guys, drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about these watches. I'm sure a lot of people are going to dislike. Actually, both of these are challenging sizes. A lot of people are going to question the 39mm size of the BlackBay 58, and other people are going to question the 42mm size of the Pelagos. So it's a bit of a challenge. But I'd love to know what you think is your favourite blue dialed sports watch from Tudor. Drop me a comment down below. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you like the style of this video, then hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you get notifications when I drop a new video. If you're interested in watch straps, watch accessories, jump over to barkandjack.com and check out what we have over there. Also, if you like reading articles and getting more Bark and Jack stuff, then jump over to barkandjack.com as well. On Saturday mornings, we drop a little weekly roundup, kind of just exploring little things that stand out throughout that previous week of watches. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow at barkandjack, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.